Hi guys, so it's Sophie and welcome back to my channel. This is the first review that I'll be doing on my channel and it's about Serpent King by Jeff Zentner, which I finished reading about 2 days ago. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. I did have like a couple of minor issues with it. It's YA contemporary and it sort of follows 3 different teenagers in their final year of high school and they're trying to decide like what they want to do with their lives, and do they go to college, do they stay at home and support their family. Overall, like, I really did like this book. It really made me think. It had a few emotional moments that just kind of break your heart. So overall, like, I found the plot to be sort of more character driven than like having an actual plot, which is fine. Like, you really get attached to the 3 main characters, Dill, Travis and Lydia, because it is told from 3 different perspectives. There is a plot twist in this book that will just yeah, you won't see it coming and it just kind of, it happens and you're like, what? It is really emotional and you kind of don't realise how attached you are to the characters until this happens, and then your heart shatters and you don't know what to do. But I did like the characters of this book. I found that they were very different to one another, so like, yeah, okay, they were best friends, but I mean, they all had really different like family backgrounds, and Dill, he's sort of the main character that the book is about. He has a very religious family and it's interesting to see how religion has actually affected the relationship with his father and like other people in his world, and it's really interesting that it kind of gives you kind of a realistic insight into the effect of religion, and also, you know, when things go wrong, in which I'm not going to say anything about. I'll let you figure it out when you read. In this book, one of the side characters is very central to the story. He embodies like one of the things that kind of frustrates me about, you know, religious views, is just that, you know, well, okay, I can do this because God, you know, God will forgive me, or, you know, God gave me the right to. And I know that it's deliberately done in this book, but that kind of struck a nerve. And in saying that, like, the book overall is amazing. The writing flows really well. The pacing is really consistent throughout. I didn't feel like there was any slow parts of the book. It's a pretty easy, fast read for me, but it also really, it made me think. Like, it explores, you know, like, troubled family relationships in different ways. Like, Lydia comes from a very privileged background compared to the other 2 characters. You know, Travis doesn't get along with his dad, and it explores sort of the abusive sort of family relationships, and I think it does it in kind of a pretty realistic way. It shows you that when these sort of things are happening, not everybody copes so well with it. Not everybody can see what's going on, and I think that it dealt with that really well. And also Dill, like, his family has been kind of split apart by religion, and I think that there's a really interesting insight into that. Like, I know that what happens in regard to the religion is deliberately done. It's for this kind of response, but it really hit a nerve. It gives you some interesting insights into different family relationships and how that, like, it goes beyond impacting you and just your daily life. It affects what you want to do with your life later on. It affects how you think. It affects how you behave. And I really like how it explored that in you know, a pretty realistic way. And it really did make me stop and think of how lucky I am that, you know, my family's always been supportive. It made me appreciate my family, and it's also made me appreciate the fact that, you know, like, life is short and that you should just go for things when you get the chance. There's a quote in this book that I highlighted that is, "And if you're going to live, you might as well do painful, brave and beautiful things." And I think that's a great message for life in general. You know, the overall message of this book is really just to do that, just to bite the bullet and do what you want to do. Try and, like, yep, you might have things tying you down, you might have your background that pulls you down, you might have, you know, issues within your family that stop you wanting to do things, but you kind of need to just find what you want to do and chase it. Don't let anything stop you. And I thought it was going to be a typical YA contemporary, and I was like, ugh, I've heard good things, but I was kind of reluctant. I didn't think that I'd like it as much as I did. And I felt like, while it was sort of a coming of age, like, trying to find what you want to do with your life story, at the same time it was just done in such an incredible way. It was enlightening. It really makes you just reflect on your life and think about, you know, either how lucky you are or how you need to change, how you might need to change things in your life, or, you know, you might need to stop letting people stand in your way. And I really like that, and I really respect Jeff for broaching some kind of really confronting topics and putting them in a YA contemporary, because it was really well done. I think that a wide range of people will actually find this very, love it, or at the very least find it really interesting, and I highly recommend it. And yeah, so I really appreciate what messages that Jeff's put in this book and how he's put them across. Amazing, and I highly recommend that you go read this. So yeah, The Serpent King by Jeff Zentner.